Dub Nation, where are you at? Golden State Warriors fans, look, let's just have a little chat. I don't even have the notes. I'm not even sure what I'm going to talk about. Hey, I may just go outside and look at an amazing sunset and watch the night. No. So look, this is a critical time. This is just going to be some random musings from the C train, okay? I believe that this exact time in Warriors history, lore, everything, is the time where the Golden State Warriors are considering a trade the most. Stephen Curry, the best basketball player in Golden State Warriors history, one of the best players of all time. Stephen Curry, the gentleman who, when the franchise was bought, it was bought for, I believe, like $300 million, something like that. They're worth like $7 billion now. Okay, that's mostly because of Stephen Curry. He is now aging. He is a superstar, a legend, my GOAT. But he is aging. He is 36, and he's going to be 37, sometime here soon. I believe that the Warriors, in every way, shape, and form, owe it to Stephen Curry. Now, look, this is not what I'm asking for. I'm not asking for the Warriors to go all in on LeBron James, go all in on Jimmy Butler, anything like that, okay? The Warriors, though, in a game, they got the player in Stephen Curry who's a known shooter to empty the clip. And I think that, honestly, look, I don't even want the Warriors to empty the clip in a trade, but the Warriors have to exchange. The Warriors need to exchange in a trade. They need to do deals. They need to try to improve a roster that has not had a good record since DeAnthony Melton went down. So look, for whatever players you like or dislike on this Warriors roster, since DeAnthony Melton went down, the Warriors have now had a huge sample size of games. The Warriors have not done well. They have not played consistently good basketball, and they have not won consistently. Okay? Like, since DeAnthony Melton went down. Changes must be had. There must be changes. Number one, it hurts me that they've sort of said, I hope that it's because DeAnthony Melton can't be traded or something until December 15th, honestly. I hope that's because, the Warriors, when Melton went down, they didn't apply for any disabled players exception. They didn't really look to bring anybody in. They just sat there and progressively lost game after game after game after game. Literally, what was it, 5 in a row? And now they're just, as of recent, they've stepped up their game to 500 level. Not good enough. It's not good enough. And while Steph and Draymond have had their turnover issues for sure, okay, they're playing consistently well. They're still playing at a high level, as is Andrew Wiggins, okay? I really think that the Warriors, like I said, even if they don't go for that big empty the clip LeBron level trade, right? They need higher top level players on their roster. So when we're looking at the whole, okay, I'll tell you this. I believe that Pat Spencer, who's like 16th man on the squad, I believe that he's a good basketball player. I believe that he can be serviceable in the NBA. Wait, I believe that Lindy Waters can be serviceable as a player in the NBA, like a plus and a plus minus, right? I believe, so Pat Spencer, Lindy Waters, I believe that Guy Santos can as well. I absolutely do. He played really well when he was called up late last season, and I think that he's grown. I think that he did decent in the Olympics for Brazil. Why am I saying this? Because these are players that do not get consistent minutes with the Warriors that I believe could step up given the chance. I really believe Pat Spencer is stepping up. So when you look at the Warriors roster, Wiggins didn't play last night. Moody didn't play. Santos didn't play. Pat Spencer was it was limited minutes. Those are 4 players that I believe are serviceable NBA players that essentially didn't play. That can't. So what I'm saying is the Warriors 6th or 5th through 17th man, even Reese Beekman and Quentin Post, I'm not even kidding you. And Knox, isn't Kevin Knox still on the Santa Cruz, on the SC Dubs? Okay, legitimately, I think that the Warriors 5th and 6th through 19th men are serviceable. So every game, listen to this, Warriors fans, every game, the Warriors have like 7 to 9 players that are serviceable, that are just sitting there doing nothing, not contributing to Warriors wins, not helping the top end talent, Wiggins, Steph, Draymond, not doing anything. They're not playing. The Warriors need to turn do not plays. Players, they need to aggregate. They need to play. Some of those players who are good enough to play, they need to aggregate. They need to bundle up players who are very good players, or very decent players, because they got tons of those, and get a really good to great player. That's what the Dubs need to do. A really good player is Cam Johnson. A really good player is Dennis Schroder. I believe that Jeremy Sohan is a really good player as well, but that's like my whole thing. I'm on a Sohan trip. But what I'm saying here is the Warriors, unlike last season, the last season, the Warriors did nothing. And I know that it hurt Stephen Curry. Steph Curry came out and said that the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and expecting different results. Man, the Warriors can't do that anymore. They must exchange, and this is unfortunate. Fortunately, the Warriors have great players, a bunch of really good players, but they really, if I were the Warriors, everybody would be expendable except for Steph, Draymond, and Wiggins. The 3 champions, the 3 players who are still playing great basketball. Andrew Wiggins is in his prime. I would see what you could add to those 3 players. If you can get one player who's really good to add to it would put the room together. And it would as well, because I have faith in Mike Dunleavy Jr., right? I have faith in him to shore up the roster, to shore up any shortcomings that they may have, okay? So we're keeping this one short and sweet. I just want to put out there, like, that now is, essentially, trade season is going to come strong. It's going to start strong, I believe, from December 15th, when a lot of contracts are now trade eligible, to the trade deadline in February. And I think that there will be a lot of noise and definitely some action, and action must be taken on the Warriors' behalf. And here's the thing that I must say, though. I am putting this out there when the Warriors are like 5th in the West, okay? If the Warriors continue to play without ample replacement for DeAnthony Melton, this is what's going to happen. They're going to start to lose more games, unfortunately, or just not do super well, because that's their track record without Melton, okay? And then when they do make trades or try, they will be negotiating with other teams with far less power than they had before, okay? So right now, the Warriors have bargaining power. Jimmy Butler said that he wanted to come to the Warriors. Whether he comes or not, that raises the optics as the Warriors, that the Warriors are a destination for an all-star player, a dynamic player, are literally one of a few destinations. Awesome. The Warriors need to use those optics right now. And I'm just saying this, and this stings, and I know this is difficult, but like, LeBron James is on a hiatus this very instant, right now. If there's any time to get him, it's going to be now. Any time to get him, it's going to be now. And I can tell you this, if the Warriors had Braun, Steph, and Draymond on a squad, those are all older players. They're relatively durable players, though, knock on wood, right? Relatively older, for sure. Here's the thing. I have so much faith. in Mike Dunleavy Jr. I have more faith in Mike Dunleavy Jr. to fill in those holes on a talent-heavy roster than to actually get top talent. So for me, the real goal for Mike Dunleavy Jr. should be to get one or two fairly top talent, even if it's a Cam Johnson. That's good talent. Not great, but that's good. Even to get that, and then to work and fill in the holes from there. It's easier to do that. It's easier to do that. And it might not be easier for some, but obviously for Mike Dunleavy Jr. it is. He is a good track record of filling in those holes. Kyle Anderson with Melton, right? With Buddy Hield. Now is the time for him to try to get better talent in the Warrior system and then fill in the talent with what he's good at, finding really good serviceable players. All right. Who do you want to see on the Warriors? I gotta see that in the comments. This is what I want to see in the comments. Okay. Of course, like, subscribe, follow. I'll see you next time, especially for your Golden State Warriors content. I'll see you next time at C-Train Station. Have a great one.